You are listening to KSG Podcast. This is a short, crisp, concise, exam-oriented, edited editorial for civil services aspirants. In this podcast, we are going to talk about the ethanol blending target. Source for the content is Parthasarathi Biswas' article for the Indian Express. The Union Cabinet in May 2022 advanced by 5 years its target for achieving 20% ethanol blending in petrol. The amended National Biofuel Policy-2018 has now set the new target for 2025 to 2026 instead of 2030, apart from allowing more feedstock for production of biofuels and export of biofuels in specific cases. A closer look at the amendments and what they mean for the sugar industry. Now, first we talk about the biofuel policy. Introducing in 2018, the National Biofuel Policy is aimed at reducing dependence on imports by encouraging fuel blending with the bioethanol, biodiesel and bio-CNG in focus. Its key parts include ethanol blending program, that is EBP, production of second-generation ethanol, that is derived from forest and agricultural residues, increasing capacity for production of fuel additives, R&D in feedstock, which is the starting material for ethanol production, and financial incentives for achieving these goals. After setting a 20% blending target for 2030 initially, the central government had announced premium rates for ethanol produced from sugar syrup, cane juice, as well as B-heavy molasses. Molasses is the sticky liquid formed during sugar production from cane juice, and depending on the percentage of sugar left, it is categorized as B-heavy and C. Molasses is the feedstock used by sugar mills to produce ethanol. The policy also allows the usage of excess rice or damaged food grains as feedstock for ethanol production. The National Biofuel Coordination Committee, with the Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas as its head, is the agency to coordinate this blending program. Now, what amendments have been made? In May 2022, the 2018 policy was amended to introduce several changes. The most important amendment has been advancing the 20% blending date by 5 years from ethanol supply year 2030 to 2025 to 2026. Introduction of more feedstock for production of biofuels under the Make in India program in special economic zones, export-oriented units, and permission to allow exports of biofuels in specific cases are some other changes. Apart from addition of new members to the NBCC, the committee has now been given the permission to change the policy which it earlier lacked. What does advancing the blending target mean? Given the skyrocketing fuel prices, the blending program has a dual purpose: to reduce the crude oil import bill and to allow consumers access to environment-friendly fuel. For this, oil marketing companies or OMCs have already been mandated to buy ethanol from sugar mills and clear payments within 21 days. The decision would help sugar mills diversify their portfolios faster from just sugar production and become self-reliant in paying cane growers. Bhairavnath B. Thombare, president of the West India Sugar Federation, the apex body of private sugar mills in Maharashtra, said that this move has the potential to change the face of the sugar industry and make it self-reliant. Now, is the new target achievable? Managing Director of the National Federation of Cooperative Sugar Factories Limited said that in order to achieve 20% blending, India would require a consistent supply of 1,500 crore litres of ethanol annually. Niti Aayog has talked about managing 760 crore litres from sugar and 740 crore litres from grains to meet this ethanol requirement. Once 20% blending is achieved, 60 lakh tons of sugar would have to be diverted annually to produce the fuel additive. Now, what is the current blending status? As on 8th of May 2022, the All India average blending as per the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas stands at 9.90%. Letters of intent for supply of 468.56 crore litres of ethanol were issued at the start of this ethanol supply year, December 2021 to November 2022, out of which 415.88 crore litres has been contracted and 186.21 crore litres supplied so far. Ethanol derived from sugarcane juice or sugar syrup and from C-heavy molasses forms the bulk of the supply, with that from surplus rice and damaged food grains being a distant second. Around 16 lakh tons of sugar was subsumed to produce this ethanol. At present, the installed capacity that sugar mills have for ethanol production is 460 crore litres. Naik Navare pointed out. It is expected that another 260 crore litres would be added to this once the 46 new distilleries become operational. These have already been approved under a new financial scheme where Centre provides 6% interest subvention for new projects. So what are the roadblocks ahead? While several in the sugar industry appear to be upbeat about the early deadline, many cooperative sugar mills have complained about a fund crunch. Banks, they claim, are reluctant to finance sugar mills given their weak balance sheets. As a way out, Mills have asked for tripartite agreements between OMCs, banks, and cane suppliers to clear payments within 21 days. However, most banks have expressed their apprehensions. Naik Navare confirmed the matter was raised during a meeting with the Finance Ministry officials. That's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for listening. To join KSG India courses and to crack the IELTS exam, visit ksgindia.com. You can also get a PDF of this podcast on ksgindia.com. Thanks for listening and to subscribe to our channel.